Well, a good Friday afternoon to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome everyone to my home in the sticks. I hope everybody's having a good Friday and I hope everybody's looking forward to the weekend. But over here in East Central Mississippi, it's cold. We're in the low 30s right now and it's misting raining right now. Before we get started on today's video, I always like to say that if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. And if you're returning just to see what old Dan's got going on over her, I sure enough thank you for coming back. What I want to share with you and y'all today is I'm going to try something new this year to get my peppers germinated and growing. Give me a second. We finna get off in this shop and I'm fixing to show you. Dan, what are you doing different this year with your pepper seeds? Let me show you. I ended up investing in one of these Grodan trays, and this is a Rockwell tray. I got a shallow 1020 tray that I'm gonna use. This guy sits right directly inside of it. I like the design of this tray because it's got some ribs down at the bottom of it, and it actually stays up off the bottom of the tray. The Rockwell is not gonna sit directly in the water, so I really like that. This 1020 tray, the shallow one, is accompanied by a humidity dome, and this setup is made by Bootstrap Farmer. I'm not endorsed or getting paid by a Bootstrap Farmer to talk about their product. This is just something that I have on hand, used it in the past, works really good. I like it because it's got these vents on the top. That leads to the second thing that I'm going to do differently this year. What I've done in the past is I've never paid much attention to the two important things that have to do with seed germination. That's temperature and humidity. Never really paid that much attention to it. So the outcome of my seeds, it was on and off. I get some that would germinate really well, get some that didn't. So now I'm gonna try to ensure germination on everything that I plant. And this year, I'm using a Grodan tray with Rockwell, and I'm starting my seeds in Rockwell. So that's something totally different for me, because I intend on growing a pretty good bit of peppers hydroponically and maybe in some grow bags and some other things that I'm going to experiment with the peppers. Now, talking about this vent right here, I got a hold of this guy right here, and all this is a thermohydrometer. It's got relative humidity and temperature both inside and out, and it does monitor high and low temps. This thermometer actually comes with a probe. This probe is going inside of that hole. Gonna shut that vent off just a little bit to hold the wire in there, and look at there. I'm gonna have a probe on the inside of my propagation tray. So what that will enable me to do is actually monitor the humidity inside of this propagation tray as well as the temperature. I'm gonna try to stay, if I can, depending on, it's just the ambient temperatures in my shop, I want to try to stay around 90% humidity. We're also going to see what kind of temperatures that heat mat throws off. It's supposed to be somewhere in the 80 to 87, 90 range. That I don't know. I have no way to test it. Well, I actually do. I have a thermal gun that I could hit it with. But anyways, we're going to see if we could keep the temperatures up and the humidity up inside of this propagation tray. So I have some Rockwell cubes that I have been soaking in some distilled water. I think they're ready to go. The peppers I'm going to grow this year, or try to grow this year, some charapitas, some chiltepins, some lemon drops, some pequeños, and these two seeds came from Mr. Pete, some red dragon cayennes, and some peach habaneros. Mr. Dan over at Dan Permaculture Food Forest, he did a video on some stuff that he's growing over there at his home place, and he grows a lot of stuff over there in Florida. He mentioned this in one of his videos, and this is a huckleberry. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word right there. But I'm going to attempt to grow some of these as well. All right, let's get these Rockwell cubes in this tray, and they fit in there just like that. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to go crazy with the peppers this year like I normally do. I'm just going to try to get 2 plants germinated, and I'll have 2 of each that I can plan out. This is a 72 tray holder. Of course, I don't have 72 peppers that I'm putting out, but I'm also going to start some of my lettuce, some of my hydroponic lettuce seeds, and a few other things in this tray. All I'm going to do is poke 2 holes in each one of these Rockwool cubes for our seeds, and all I'm going to do is just put 1 seed per hole and just push them on in. Maybe cover that Rockwool up a little bit. So I'm gonna get the rest of these Rockwool cubes seeded up, and then we will drive on to the next step of the next thing that I want to show you. All right, we got our Rockwool cubes seeded up. Man, how the heck you gonna remember what's what? Well, I made me a little chart right there. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set this humidity dome right on top, and we're gonna let that baby do the do. And we're gonna rock on from there. Well, there you have it. That's what old Dan is doing different this year as far as trying to get my pepper seeds germinated. Number 1, I'm going to germinate everything in Rockwool cubes. Number 2, we're going to try out that Grodan tray that holds the Rockwool, see how it does. And thirdly, we are going to monitor the temperature and relative humidity inside of that propagation tray. A few things that I really didn't pay much attention to back in the day, but I'm going to start paying attention to it, and we're going to see exactly how it does and how it grows with this new setup. So again, I hope everybody is having a good Friday, and I hope everybody stays safe this weekend amid this crisis that we still have going on. If you like this video, go and give it a thumbs up, they help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Sticks channel, Lord of mercy. Y'all need to come on over here, give old Dan a look, because I'm always doing stuff and trying new stuff. With that being said, you know it's coming, Dan Reference, sure enough, always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody. You sure enough get your shine on, get your grow on, it's important. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.